there's no perfect timing and it's not terrible as well. So I was like, maybe it's the perfect timing, maybe it's not, I don't know, I'm just gonna put it out. That's why it's like terrible perfect timing, because I'm like, sometimes we just have to let it go. So I'm Emi Jeen. I do alternative pop music, and I'm based in Montreal. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I just put out a new EP called Terrible Perfect Timing, and that's it. I started with my mom when I was 7. I was underage and she was singing in bars. So so she was like, hey, would you like to come and sing a song with me? And I was like, okay. So I started with my mom at 7. Yeah, I was underage, but it was worth it because instantly I knew I was like, I needed to do music. Like, I was just like, wow, I want to sing. That's what I want to do. So I started really early knowing that that's what I wanted to do. And then after I started to do like vocal singing lessons. It was like the only teacher in my hometown was a classical opera singer. So I started classical training at first, and then I moved to Montreal because I'm from a really small town close to Quebec City, which is French. So I moved to Montreal, and I was like, okay, like I want to do English music. Actually, I wanted to sing in English, so I learned English, and then I embarked on a journey with a girl band for 5 years. We went a lot in Asia and Dubai, and then we decided to split, and then I started the solo career, which is Emi Jeen. And Emi Jeen Is actually from my mom because she's like Jeen, so I kind of took her last name. It took actually a while. I feel that like now it's my 3rd EP, and I feel that now I kind of like, even though this one was a bit more, I feel that it was a bit more pop than the second one. I feel that now I kind of like, I know what's my sound, and I really love Avril Lavigne, so definitely was an inspiration, Olivia Rodrigo and all that. So I was like, I love that kind of music, pop rock, and in my home, like my mom was listening to like the divas, like Whitney Houston, Mariah, and my brother was listening to more like Nirvana, like rock. So I think I was kind of like, and I was listening to like Beyonce. So I kind of like had both worlds in my home, and I wanted to kind of like mix both at the same time. So I think that's why it's like alternative pop. And sometimes like some of my songs are very more pop, and some are more rock. So I feel like I'm kind of in between. It took, I think it's my 3rd EP that now I can say that I found my sound, my proper sound. And yeah, so I was like, I wanted to mix a bit of everything. And I feel that like now it's like this EP has a little bit of everything that I love. So I started, at first I was like, okay, that now it's my 3rd project. I wanted to do an album, to be honest. I was like, okay, maybe I'm ready for the full length album. But then I started like writing songs, and you know, it goes so fast. Like when we release music, like you know, like it's such a single world, like right now as well, with like all the streaming platforms. So I was like, okay, now I want to put the sound out, so let's do it. And then it kind of like ended up being another EP, which is okay. That's why it's called Terrible Perfect Timing, because I feel that there's like sometimes you want to find like the perfect timing, and you're like, oh, I should do this, but I'm like, maybe it's not, there's no perfect timing, and it's not terrible as well. So I was like, maybe it's the perfect timing, maybe it's not, I don't know, I'm just gonna put it out. That's why it's like terrible perfect timing, because I'm like, you know, sometimes it's just, you just have to let it go with the flow. And I feel that like I was kind of wanted to control to do an album and ended up doing this, and it's sometimes we just have to let it go. And that's kind of like the same with the EP. I started with, I think the first song I did on this EP, I'm like, I don't actually remember, and I have it here, so I'm like, I'm gonna look at it. I made some physical copies. I think the first song I did was Heart Attack, which is kind of one of my faves. And then I think Congratulations on Your Breakup, and then it kind of like slow, and like it ended up being an EP. So heart was never really there. Usually I kind of like let the magic happen. I have like a bunch of like voice memo in my phone. I have a bunch of like written stuff in my notes on my phone as well, and I just go with this on a session, and we just start with like everything I have, and we're like, oh, that's how we feel, because I love collaborating. And with this EP, like I wrote with Derek Hoffman, Kayla Diamond, Luca, and I feel that like I kind of let it go and let the magic happen. I feel it's like when you do a session, it just like, it feels like magic. We go with whatever we feel that day and we create something together. So it was kind of the process as well. Like sometimes I have things in my phone and notes and we start from there. And it's all past experiences and things I want to kind of like let go, and it's kind of a form of therapy as well with the music, and that's what I hope like people can relate to the songs and kind of like let go their emotions through my music. That's the goal. Ooh, it's hard. I feel like when I did the song, it's called FYFMMS. It's like fuck you for making me sad. Sorry for swearing, but it's the song. So I feel like when I did that song, there's something that unlocked because I was just like, no, that's it. That's why it's like terrible perfect timing, because I wanted to control so much and I just let it go. And with Kayla Diamond that I wrote the song with, I feel that like we just connected so quickly. It was our first session together and it just really like, I don't know, I would just let go, and I feel that like that was a special moment and that kind of like summed up the EP as well. So yeah, that was a song that's truly and it was for a bunch of people that like, you know, make you sad. Sometimes it's relationship, family members, or even like colleagues or people in the industry. I think throughout the music and the girl band, I lived a bunch of things that I wanted to kind of let go. And that song was kind of like letting go of all this sadness in a way. So touring is my favorite part. I mean, it's hard because I love creating the music, obviously, and you need the music to do the tour. Touring is really special for me because I feel that like I probably learned that with the girl band. I mean, it's such a deep connection with humans. Like it's a real connection when we're touring. You share, you share so much, and I feel like look, when you come to a show, you kind of really understand more my world, and I talk a lot. Like I mean, I talk during the show, and you really understand the song. So I feel that's like it's really my favorite part of everything I think that I love doing, because it's just like so real. Yeah, I was just on tour with Well and the Wolf, and it was such a fun tour. I have another show tomorrow, but I have like 2 shows left, I think, maybe more for this year. It was really fun, and my hometown, I mean where I live now, Montreal, it was definitely a special show because it's fun to see like familiar faces as well, and the audience was on fire, and that was really a special show. And it's just my favorite part of sharing real connection is really important for me. And I have another tour that I will announce very soon, a huge tour, and I'm really excited, and it might be close to you guys. We'll see. I'm announcing it this month, so I'm like, it's a secret and I don't want to jinx it, but yeah. And lately, one of my favorite songs to perform is Fight It on the EP, and it's like kind of a sexy song, and it's for like the bad girls, and I really love performing that song. Yeah, I mean there's a couple, but during the pandemic, I was working with a team, and at one point we decided to it was not going anywhere, and I had tons of music that I did. It was and when I decided to really fully embark on this independent journey, that was really truly beautiful in a way, because I mean it was hard, no kidding, but it was at the same time super amazing, because I kind of like was really deciding of like where I wanted to go, and really truly like finding my own sound, and really like for me and for the people. And it's just like that, I feel that moment was nice, because I feel that like throughout, like in the girl band, I was like in the girl band, so I was not deciding everything. Like sometimes like people were like, oh, let's do like really pop music, but I was influenced by a lot of rock music, so I wanted to touch that, but it was not really the same. So I feel like when I went really independent, I truly found like me as an artist. So I feel like that moment was kind of a shift, and it was in just right before the pandemic. That's why my first EP that I released was during the pandemic, which was not the perfect timing, but it was a start. And at one point, you just need to just jump and go for it, and just let it go, and just. Because I feel that sometimes we hold on to like so many things, and sometimes they're like, oh, I'm going to keep this song but it's just important to just let it go and just go for it and jump with everything we do in life. So
Put your name on my pages.
I feel it's like, and like touring is one of my favorite part of this whole thing. So like at first it was really hard because I feel that like the first EP was like, hey, here I am releasing music, but at the same time I was not able to create this real connection, and that was for everybody. But I feel that like it was kind of like, I feel that my second EP now was able to connect more, and now my third, I feel now it's even like I feel it more. So yeah, it was not the perfect timing, but that's it. I was like, let's go, and we all learned from everything that happened during the pandemic, and I feel that now it's nice to finally be able to connect for real, and that's something that we're not gonna forget. I love doing a bunch of my visuals, and I'm really like, that's it. I'm a bit like techie. Like I love, like, I do my own website. I did my artwork myself. Like I love, like, I look at YouTube videos and I learn, that's it, on the YouTube as well. So for TikTok, it's the same. And I feel like I need to do more. It's such a great platform to connect with. We're so like, that's it. There's so many platforms that we can connect now. Of course, the real human connection is the best, but it's a good way to like meet people online. And TikTok was it was super nice because I did a really fun video with my niece. So we ended up like having a bunch of views, which was like 17 million. With like, that was a lot. But it was such a random and unique moment that we had in the car. And I feel that like, yeah, sometimes we plan so much, and that one was so like random, and that's it. So it ended up like reaching tons of souls. So it's like, it's funny how sometimes like we plan things, and I do my website, I do my banners, I do my visuals, and I love edit. I just edited my video for Terrible Perfect Timing. So I love doing it myself, but sometimes like just a random moment with my niece in the car got like tons of views. So sometimes like it's fun to see like that sometimes you put tons of work on something and sometimes it doesn't really matter. You just go. And I feel that like with TikTok, that's what we need more to connect, like just random. And that's what I want to put more on my platform as well. So tons of shows, like for real, 2024, there's tons of shows. I'll be supporting an artist, so it will be really, really fun. Like I'm announcing it soon, so it will be like this month. So I'm very excited. I've been like holding the secrets forever, and I have tons of new music. Actually, I have another project. I'm starting dropping music in January right away. I have like an acoustic version of my Christmas song that I did last year that I'm putting out this month, November 17th. And then there's brand new music already that I'm putting out and there's a lot of music. And I think that might be my favorite music that I've done so far in the 2024. So 2024 it's a big year. There's tons. There's like, I'm always kind of working ahead, like a year ahead. That's kind of like my goal. And I have a small team now with my management, and we are kind of like trying to be always like, I'm always writing. I'm leaving. I have a show tomorrow. We have here an award in Quebec that's Sunday. And then I'm leaving to Toronto and I'm doing more music. Like I'm finishing the music for 2024. So it's like, I'm kind of always in process of something, which is kind of like the key, I feel, if we want to keep like in the business. And yeah, 2024, it's very exciting what's coming. I'll have tons of shows. Well, thanks for having me. And it was such a pleasure, such a cool platform. And it's fun to have a platform like this to like showcase emerging artists and artists everywhere in the world. That's really amazing. So thank you for having me. And my EP, Terrible Perfect Timing, was just released in October. And I have a tour coming up. So you can follow me on Emi Jeen, EMIJEEN on all platforms. That's it. Thanks for having me.
When I'm not with you.